So you want to line soap molds, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video. This is my secret weapon for lining soap molds. I usually make 90 bars at a time, and I use my own molds that I've made. If you're handy with wood or you know someone who's handy with wood, I recommend these a lot. These are just 2-piece molds. They just come apart just like that, 2 pieces. There's no thumb screws or anything like that to fidget with in putting them together or taking them apart. And they go together, I'll show you later, but they go together with a loop and a wedge to tighten up the loop, and that just holds them together. And when you're done, you slide them out and it comes apart. Now, I'll show you how I line this. And my goal was to make it very efficient. You'll notice if you look online for lining soap mold videos, and I know you have, that a lot of them are 15 and 20 minutes long. And if you get like me and you're making a lot of soap, you can't spend 15 minutes lining a soap mold. Now, I'm usually making 3 molds at a time, so I need to do it fairly quickly. I just can't spend half an hour lining the molds. So I have here a little template on a little table that I've made, and a roll of butcher paper up there. And I'll show you what I do. I just pull this guy out. I've got the lengths of the paper and widths all marked out on this little table. It's just a makeshift table that I pull out when I need it. And I just line this up and I cut. And this line is the center of the paper, so I get 2 pieces out of this. I've chosen the width of my molds and all that so that I can get paper that'll fit half the mold. So here's 2 liners. I'll line 2 today just so you can see how it's done. And then I come over here to my, back over to my soaping table, and I'll show you how I do this. Now I've made this block of wood, you see, it fits. Let me just show you this before I get started. This block of wood fits exactly inside of my soap mold, and that's the point. It fits exactly inside. It's the exact size. So I know if I wrap my paper around it, that it'll fit exactly inside the mold. So if you line a lot of soap molds, you'll want to consider something like this. I've never seen a more efficient method in any video or in person. You just lay this over and estimate so it's equal height at the sides, and then just push from the center out to the ends to put a good crease in the thing. And then at the end, you're just going to push down, making a crease, and finish these. Down, making a crease, and just finish this little crease here, and then fold them in one after the other. And then you can, the nicer you make those creases, the more, the more sharp and your edges will be. I want very consistent bars of soap, and I want nice crisp edges. I don't want to have rounded, edges so they look like they came out of a meatloaf pan. I really want them to look crisp and professional. And so there I go. Now I've got my 1 sheet of paper already folded. I'm just going to take my mold here. I'll do it right in front so you can see. So I take my mold here, and I just open it up a little like that. Take this piece of paper off and drop it in. And now this piece just hops up. And now I can adjust the length just a little bit by sliding this. And if I go too short, it will sort of crunch the paper in a little, but if I open it up, it'll open the paper up just. Now you can slide the piece of paper back and forth to see how much room there is. You just want it to be snug like that. Now I'm going to take some of my little loops here and put them on the ends, and they're a little bit loose, so sometimes I have a little trouble, but they'll loosen up as you use them, just over the edges. And then I take a wedge and push it in to tighten this up. So one end is done. I'm just turning it around so you can see. I wouldn't normally spin it around like that. And on she goes. Slippery. So once that's in, another wedge, and that soap mold is done. Now it's ready to pour. The weight of the soap will push this paper out and push this back. the last little bar, you'll get a thin slice you won't be able to use. But I get 30, this is 30 inches long, and I cut 1-inch bars. So I'll get 30 bars out of this. And I've got another sheet of paper here to do another one. That's how I do it. Thanks for watching.